Alright YouTube, what's up? So I'm calling this 2020 Fireworks Stash the redo because I put up a video a couple days ago and I was very unprepared with the video and I just thought it was a terrible video and I want to give a little bit better look and to actually showcase everything I bought because I missed out on a couple of things. So starting off, we have my brother's contribution to the stash. I might as well show it off. He didn't get much, he's got a little bit of stuff. He doesn't really know about fireworks. I mean, he likes them, but he doesn't really know much about them, so I got to give him some recommendations on what I do know. So what he started off with were some ground pounders, and a ground bloom, and a lightning rod. These three items right here were the things that I recommended to him, and I'll get into them later for those of you that don't know what they are. And first he got a No Trespassing by Red Rhino. Pretty decent weight, 200 gram for 16 bucks. A little expensive, but I mean it's a tent. 15 bucks for a Yo Vito. He mostly goes off the labels. I mean, we all do sometimes, the catchy labels to get us to buy shit. And I got a Flash Burn 12 shot from Flashing Fireworks. Not really familiar with that brand. 7 bucks. And he got also from Flashing, he got a for 16 bucks a 16 shot flamethrower. Feels like a decent weight cake. And so that's it for his contribution of stuff. Now we're gonna move on to what I got. All this stuff came from one tent, and then this small selection of stuff that I have right here came from tents as well. And then we'll get into where I got the rest of my stuff. So first of all, we got a Thunderstick Roman candle. Not a big fan of Roman candles, but this one bangs. I mean, it's not your regular Blue Thunder candle. I'll tell you that much. Then we got Donkey Balls. These, I'll tell you also on these, the effects are not going to at all resemble what the actual performance is. I can tell you that much. These things definitely are just made to hit and make some noise. Next we have the ground pounders. I already showed you those. These are, I think, one of the best values in fireworks. I typically spend for like this pack of 20 about 5 bucks. These things are very good pickup. If you ever see them, you got to get them. They look like, cheap little crackling balls, but I'd put them up there with Bermuda Triangles. They might be a little quieter. They're not as consistent as Bermuda Triangles, but I mean, 5 bucks for 20 of these things, for sure. Ground bloom flowers. These jumbo ground blooms, I don't like ground blooms. I like these ground blooms. You know why? Because they hit really hard at the end. They're quite bangers. Then the lightning rods, 2 bucks each. These are just like a Sammy's Best. They're just made to make noise. I get these every year. Smiley face rocket, 3 bucks for a rocket. I know, expensive, but I've always wanted to try the smiley face rocket. And I just thought, I'm like, okay, I'll get one. Neon Master Missiles, 150. I don't really like bottle rockets, but I wanted something with a little whistle in them, and I didn't need a lot, so I just got this little pack of, 20, 15 of them. Alright, so that's enough of what I got from the tents, because the tents are always going to be more expensive. All the stuff right here you see was purchased at, in my opinion, the best fireworks store in the country, Boomland Fireworks. They've got a couple locations. Their main one is in Charleston, Missouri, which I went to. Then they have one in Benton, Missouri. They're both in southeast Missouri. If you're within a couple hours, I would definitely recommend driving to them because they have a huge selection and their stuff the prices are quite competitive for retail. And I'll tell you when I go through the prices on this. So starting off, we got a 500 gram. I just wanted a 500 gram and the price seemed right. This is a world-class One Bad Mother-in-Law. We all know this is one of those staple cakes. It's a classic. You know it's going to perform well. This one, 30 bucks. For retail, for a well-performing 500 gram, not like your lower-end 500 gram, can't beat that. Then we got some RPG rockets from Black Cat. Those were 8 or 9 bucks. Again, I just wanted a couple of sky rockets. So 4, not too bad of a price. Then we got a number 5 tube. I never really have shot these tubes that much. I just get artillery shells. So I just want to try one. 2 or 3 bucks, couldn't beat it. Then I wanted to get a nice Roman candle, 210 shot. That is a Balls of Fire from World Class. 210 shot Roman candle for $8. Can't beat it. And then this is, I think, the best value. And this is what makes it worth driving out the Boomland. I drove 2 hours for this stuff. Brand new 2020 Excals. Everywhere else I've seen them near me, and they're not that easy to find near me, about $100. We all know Excals are known for being, some of the best shells out there. I mean, look at it. #1 in the world. You guys can argue about whether or not you think they're the best shells out there, but I mean, compared to other shells, they make consistent shells, and they have always performed well. $50 for these. I wasn't really going to get shells, but $50 for 24-pack? Why not? And then I got some Boomland firecrackers. So they do make their own firecrackers in this. I guess they just put their own name on the label. These are good firecrackers. I think compared to Black Cats and TNT and other brands of firecrackers, I find these to be a little bit louder. I don't know if they wrap them tighter or what, but they seem a little louder in my opinion. Those 8016s will cost me like $8 or $9. The next we got our cheap little 200 grams. This is $150. I think this was $2 or the other way around. Just a little Saturn missile base. And I always love these little cakes from World Class. They're cheap, but they're definitely not meant to be overlooked. I mean, they put on a good little performance and have nice breaks for whatever you pay for them. Then we have Black Cat, Thundercat. This was marked down from like $16 or $17 or $11. I looked up a video for this Thundercat. I didn't really look at it before buying. I just went off by the weight of it. From what I heard, these things, if this is one of the good ones, these things hit. Like, I believe there are salutes in them. Don't know how that happened, coming from a big brand like Black Cat, but it did. But some people say a lot of them, at some point in production, they just ended up being the ones that have pop, just like firecracker type pops. I'll probably get unlucky and not get one of the good ones, but hey. Then we got Joyride 200 gram by Cutting Edge. I think this was $10 or less. Again, Cutting Edge, they're a good brand. They make good stuff. I just like the label on it, so I'm like, yeah, we'll go with it. Then we got Soul Taker. If you know, you know. This was like $16, $17. I've seen this like one other place, and they wanted like $35, $40 for it. I mean, this is not your average 200 gram cake. It's got some nice booms in it. And $16, $17, that was a no-brainer. Next, we got Mobile Menace. That was like 10 or 11 from Brothers. This one had a nice 200 grammer that had a good amount of shots. So 35 shots for $10. That's not bad. And Brothers always puts out good cakes. Then we got Fire Sale by Clown. This was like between 13 and 15. Not exactly sure, but I know it's from Clown brand, and we all know that everything from Clown bangs. They're definitely not your average brand. And then this one we got a Unicorn 36 shot. Jose, can you see? This was between $13 and $17. Looked up a video of this, and I had to pick it up. And this one is a nice, consistent cake with some good booms at the end. Packaging is kind of funny, but it's quite racist at the same time, so, unfortunately. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Hope you guys have a good 4th, because I know I sure as hell will. Peace.